Hi guys, on today's episode of Mailbox, we'll be addressing different mails from different people from all over the world. My name is Adeshion and with me is...
And I'm Wale.
Okay, so our first mail is from Michelle from Australia. Michelle said, fitness pressure. That's the title. Hello, Mailbox. My friends are obsessed with fitness and they constantly pressure me to join them. I try to eat healthy and exercise, but I don't want my entire life to revolve around it. They make me feel guilty when I don't follow their strict routine. I don't want to lose them, but the pressure is much. How do I deal with this?
Okay, so there is a self-esteem issue as far as this is concerned. Because the truth about the matter is that on the day of birth, you didn't come together.
Right.
And you must be clear as to, your level of independence. And, it's little things that actually turns into what they call witchcraft. Now, when you have a set of friends who do not respect your independence or your quality of thought or the ability to think by yourself, that is controlling and is toxic in every way.
Right.
It can come in the name of they care about you. You cannot care. You cannot cry more than the bereaved. And everybody's journey has got to be paced. So if I have a lifestyle that is healthy enough, as far as I'm concerned, so be it. The truth about the matter is that you can do all this fitness and then you got hit by a car. It doesn't, because everybody is thinking about longevity as far as this thing is concerned. So you've got to be very clear as to what it is that, you want for yourself. Now, if they are really your friends, they will respect your space and they will respect your independence. It doesn't really matter who they are. So when things becomes a gang of some sort, you are in a cult, not a friendship. Because if they are trying to influence your decision and they are pressuring you in that manner, you back off. It can't be that deep. Even in Christianity, even in anything, some people have organized crime. They have all these things that they do in their ways and stuff. This is the routine. This is who we are. And all, it's okay. But to be pressured by a certain group of people against your will is the fact that you are in the wrong set of place. You are in the wrong group. So understand this and, gradually, systematically withdraw yourself from that particular group. You can't catch up with their pace. Their pace is their pace, And I'm sure there is somebody who is leading this entire venture, this movement. All right. So please, it might not even be a fitness group again. There might be more to this thing that they are doing. So withdraw from the kind of conversation. Pace yourself. Do what pleases. That is acceptable, that you can handle, and then keep going.
Okay. So Mitchell. So I think for me, this is a good pressure. Probably people say because I like fitness, but that's not it. So if you say there are some pressure that are real life pressure, such as the way you look, the car you drive, where you travel to, whether you want to go for summer, whether you don't want to go for, there are different negative pressure. At least from what you've said, these people are just trying to help. Maybe they know, since you said they are your friend, probably they want to help your journey. We really can't say. We don't know whether you are plus or mid, or you are just there, or you are lazy, or we don't really know what your limits are, or probably they might be saying it from the angle of let's help this our friend, let's encourage. By the time we'll start encouraging them. But now that this thing is getting to you, it's important that you also listen to yourself. So don't see it as, don't stop saying I don't want to lose them. If he's already giving you sleepless, it's for you to write a mail. You're having sleepless, let them go. So, two ways. It's either you keep them or you go to the gym, or you lose them and you stay at home and live your normal.
Or you even go to the gym and pass out.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So,
out.
I don't think so. Just like Wale has said, nobody this age and time should pressure anybody to. It's a different thing when people are encouraging you, but they are being supportive. But when you start seeing support or encouragement as a negative impact on your life, on your thinking process, on your freedom, I think it's time for you to lose yourself from that gang. Pretty much, Mitchell, I think we've been able to address your fitness pressure. The second mail is from Patricia from Nigeria. Patricia said, dealing with my overstayed in-law. Good afternoon, team. My husband's uncle moved in with us after he fell on hard times. What was supposed to be temporary has now lasted 2 years. He doesn't contribute, and I feel like I'm running a charity. My husband keeps saying we should be patient. How do I handle this?
Okay, so it's difficult to handle anything you haven't thought about from the beginning. So in most premarital counseling classes, there are conversations as to, in-laws and their contributions into a family. Now, and this is why in the dating period of anybody who is about to get married, these are the conversations you have. How long would you be able to help someone? These are really critical. Now that you're in this particular situation, there is no other way, because if one party still says or takes a position, which is, let us be patient, you really can't do much. What you can do in the interim is that whatever it is that is going through, that God grants you the wisdom to be able to navigate this thing. Otherwise, your conversation will be the talk of their own family. And when I say their own family, it's going to be tabled, because they will know that you are probably the origin of why the man is leaving. Nobody's going to think about, what you did in helping the man, get back on his feet, or even trying to get back on his feet. So you don't have any business with the in-law. The only business you have is with your own husband. Sit him down and make him see reasons why you're uncomfortable with his uncle still staying in that place. Now, if he sees reason with prayer, then he will be able to take the decision. Please do not engage with your in-law, because you will be the subject of conversation, and this conversation might not end in the way in which you probably imagine it to end. So my counsel to you is this: take yourself away from the conversation by engage with your husband prayerfully, and pray that he will see reason on why he should find a solution to the uncle actually living.
Okay, so I also want to believe we're talking about a Christian home.
Right.
I also want to believe that your husband is a provider.
Right.
Right? I want to assume that. So there's already solution. She said, my husband keeps saying we should be patient.
Yes.
So the guy already told you the way to go. That's why I had to establish those two facts. Because majorly most times when people make decisions like that is when you are the one, maybe you are spending so much in terms of upkeep. But if that is not existing, that as a partner, you are contributing your part, but the husband is also in charge as the husband, then if he says you should be patient, you have to be patient. Understand the fact that it's your husband's uncle.
Right.
Now, there's a story that was never told here. They said the guy fell on hard times, meaning the guy was once a provider. For all you care, it might be that guy that took care of that guy all through. Maybe even their wedding was the one that bankrolly. Maybe it was even the one that sent that guy to school. Because understand also the fact that one time this guy had, there's no point in time that you have an elderly person as a family member come to your home without you inviting them.
Right.
The guy in his right senses would rather go back to the village or start humble again than moving to your house. So to even start with, you guys invited him.
Right.
So in telling him to go, he won't go the way you think, because the guy is already settled. Maybe he's thinking things will turn around, he's not turning around. And at least somebody is telling you to be patient. I think it's pretty much a way to go. It's pretty much clear. So just be patient. Try to count your costs. What are the things that is frustrating you, that is making you send this mail, or that is making you feel that this guy has become a nuisance? Speak to it. Speak to your husband about it, and try and see a way in which you can resolve. It's just for a period of time. When you are in the position of help, once you are already there in the middle of it,
don't draw back.
In drawing back, you have to use your six senses. You can't just say because the way you feel that, okay, now you now feel comfortable. You guys are married. Oh, this guy has said 2 years. Oh, because we are now cutting short. Oh yeah, you come
I
and start
can go.
packing your load and be going. What the children of that man would help up doing for your own children might not even be you in future. So the future is still a long walk. So you have to tread carefully and handle your in-laws with love, care, and kindness. And as you do that, God will help you. I think Patricia have been pretty much able to address your issue. The last mail today is from Moses.
Okay.
Moses from Nigeria. He said his title is Terrible Work. We meant to announce Moses. Hi, I finally got a government job after years of searching. But the work environment is terrible. People come late, do little work, still get paid. If I work hard, they say I'm making others look bad. Should I keep pushing or just do the bare minimum like everyone else?
Okay, thank God your name is Moses. So I can actually relate to you as a Christian in some way. So when you work as unto the Lord. And this is the minimum requirement as far as we're concerned. Now, what people say about your work ethics doesn't matter. It doesn't have anything to do with it. Just ensure that you're not being a man pleaser or a high pleaser, trying to please other people. Once you do this as unto the Lord, which means you're working that God himself will reward you. The person who sees you working in secret will reward you. Now, you can be it doesn't even matter whether it's a government job or anything. Even if it's a secular world, even if it's anywhere you find yourself, do it with all your might, with all your power, with all your strength. And that is the requirement for anyone who would get any reward from God. The minimum requirement is that you've put your hands onto the plow. Do not look back. It doesn't matter what people say about it. They can say you're teacher's pet. They can say all sorts and all of that. But you know who is the rewarder of men, who is God. That as I walk effectively in this way, he that rewards all men will reward you handsomely. I think it's the minimum thing you can do. Don't double down. Don't try to please people. Don't try to even, serve to them in such a way that, everybody will now like you because now you're playing or you're doing the same thing as they're doing. Just do your work as you're supposed to.
Yes. So in the journey of any human's life, you should be able to a certain extent control the narrative of your story or how you want to be known. So just like you said, beyond this being a government parastatal, it can happen anywhere. And I'm sure, I permit me to submit that I know these governments are actually improving on a whole lot, and that must be noticed. That compared to how
it used to be,
from HR to people's compliance to work to how attitude to work to result driven, because everything is changing now. So you have younger people taking charge of most of this conversation. You have people being called out. You have people being dragged. So there's even a limit to how lazy you want to be. Now, as a human being, irrespective of anything that is happening anywhere or whatever, if you are known for excellence, there's no it's good, better, best. There's nothing like because everybody is lazy and they will now say this one maybe because you report to. And trust me, the truth about the matter, the same people that are criticizing you, when they really want the job to get done, they point at you. And truth be told, if as a result of that they end up chasing you out of the system, something would happen. That somewhere would need a referral on somebody that actually can deliver for the job, and they will still call you. So just be known. If you are doing the right thing, please do not relent. Do not let anybody's pressure. If you know how to do your job well, I'm a living example. So there's a place I've actually worked in, a government parastatal. In fact, the highest government parastatal that you can ever work in. That all I just want to do is to do my job, you know. So, but when it comes to time that they really want to do the usual, the proper screening and the proper presentation, they say, oh, go and bring that Lagos girl. You know, if you want the best of the job, she's the one that will divide. Why did they say that? They will have said, okay, if I join them. So, and understand that even if you are working, you are not working to them alone. You are working to yourself, because you'll be improving on yourself. You'll be improving on work ethics. God will even be happy with you.
Absolutely.
So please, we want to admonish you. Whenever you're in a system or you're in a place and you see that they are doing things the wrong thing, stick to what you know how to do best, if it's the right thing. And I'm sure by the time you start doing it, you even start seeing people wanting to take a cue from you.
From what you do.
Yeah. So pretty much that is all for today's episode of Mailbox. Till next time, my name is Adesho.
And I'm Wale. Peace.